How's it going, guys? I'm Instructor Martindale. I'm going to be going over the Recruit Physical Fitness Test for you guys. We'll go over the outline of it, and then we'll go over some of the standards of the movements that we're looking for when we do the test. So it's going to consist of a 2-mile run for time. The minimum standard for that is going to be 18 minutes, so that would be actually the maximum amount of time. The maximum score would be a 14-minute 2-mile time. And then anything in between, there's a scorecard that you guys will get in your recruit manual that will outline what you would score for a specific time. You would then have a 10-minute rest. Okay, then we have a 60 seconds for max reps push-ups. The minimum standard on that is 25 push-ups. The maximum standard would be, or maximum points would be 60 push-ups total. We'll go over the standard of what the push-up is going to look like for that. Then take roughly about a 2-minute break. Then we'll go into 90 seconds, so a minute and a half of max sit-ups. Again, the minimum standard, 25 sit-ups. Maximum would be 60 sit-ups. Anything in between, there's again a scorecard for that. Another roughly 2-minute break. And then for the pull-ups, there is no time cap. It's just a max reps pull-ups. Minimum is just 1 pull-up. Maximum score would be 14 pull-ups. And then anything in between, there's a score sheet for that. We are allowing mixed grip on that. You can either go palms in or palms out. And you also have the ability, if you want to do multiple reps this way and switch your grip, if you can do that, we will allow that as long as the grip is the same.
What about one-handed pull-ups?
You could do one-handed pull-ups. I'd love if you did that. So for our standard for this, okay, hands are going to be just underneath the chest. And what we're doing is we're bringing the chest down, touching the ab mat, and then a full lockout at the top. Okay? Trying not to bounce off of the mat, just a steady pace. Just making sure we get a good full lockout. Things we want to try to avoid is going to be a sagging of the body and any other part of our thighs or our abdomen touching the ground. We want just our chest to touch the ab mat for it to be a complete rep. So the maximum we're going to allow is about a 2-second rest. So if you need to get toward the end, you need to readjust, that's fine. A little bit of readjusting in the hands is fine. Just, we're not doing any shaking out of the arms. Trying not to come up and rest like this. We're just looking for a steady pace on the push-ups. So the standard for the sit-up is going to be the shoulder blades touching back. We're going to keep our hands on our shoulders the whole time. A little bit of up is okay. And then the full movement is going to be elbows touching the knees. So then again, full range of motion. Okay, things we're trying to avoid is a big pop with the hips and to kind of arch like that. We want to keep our butt nice and flat the whole time. And again, we're looking just for a steady movement. This one, if you choose to stop, that's okay. If you need to take a rest, it's just a 90-second time total. And again, knees with the elbows. Trying to keep those hands planted. Standard for the pull-up, we're gonna start from a dead hang position. Okay, we're not jumping into it, anything like that. We'll start from a full dead hang, and that's with the elbows locked out. The full range of motion, chin above the bar, back to fully locked out. Chin above the bar, back to fully locked out. Some things we're trying to avoid, and again, there's gonna be a little bit of movement with the hips, but essentially we're trying to do a strict pull-up. So trying not to kip up with those legs, short on there. Also, coming down all the way on the pull-up is gonna be part of that standard as well. So we don't wanna kind of stay in those half rep. We wanna make sure we're coming down all the way for that pull-up. If you do choose to switch the grips, it would be you hanging the whole time. So let's say I did a couple here. If I then chose to switch my grip to get a couple more, that's completely up to you, as long as we're staying on the bar the whole time. So the goal with this too is to see how we improve throughout the whole academy. You're gonna become more fit, we're gonna be working out quite a bit, so if the initial one isn't great, that's okay. You've got time to improve, and that's kind of the goal for it. So look forward to doing this. Excited to meet all of you guys, so keep training.